Hey, hips look like they went straight down there. A little bit of slide. So that's just barely at depth. So this point here needs to be below that point there. But the good part about it is that your hips have not slid forward. So with some practice and probably with more weight, if you keep doing this, you'll get depth no problem. Probably just knees out a little bit more is going to take care of that. But I really like that the hips are not sliding under. Okay? So don't change anything, you know, um, because I suspect part of the reason we're sliding is you're trying really hard to get to depth and you might be overdoing it. So we just need to barely get depth. All right, and your elbows. Yeah, so you see when you do your hip thing, they weren't so bad. Excuse me. When you took it out of the rack, okay. When you do the hip thing, they're going to come down to the side, and then they never get back, and then they just keep going wider and wider. So we can see here in the picture, we need the elbows to be underneath the wrists. I just came up with this example with another lifter. Imagine that you are pressing inside of a plastic tube. You're in the Jetsons, and I don't know if you remember the Jetsons, and you're taking your plastic tube to your job, and you need to keep your elbows in while you're in the tube, and you're trying to get your press in. Okay, so just need to move them, physically move them here. Maybe if you stand without the barbell and show me the position where they should be, and then get used to having them there. And then when you move your hips, they do come down, but they come down like this, not with the elbow moving out, but with just coming down a little bit, and we'll get a whole lot more bounce. And you haven't had any shoulder problems, but if you were, it would be because of the elbows flaring before you got to lockout. So if you can keep your elbows in and lead up with the elbows, that will help you press better. Okay? Anyway, I was really happy with the squats. Let's take a look at this deadlift. Are you able to resist the impulse to keep going into your house under construction? I would sneak into my house here and see what it looked like before they put all the stuff in. They weren't happy with me when they found out. Well, they left it unlocked, so I walked over and I walked in. A little bit of hip dropping, and then it comes back up, and then the barbell comes up. So it's not so bad if you make it come up before you actually start the pull. The best would be not to do it at all. Okay, it looks like you're a little bit back on your heels. Get your hips into the motion earlier. Think of bringing your hips forward as soon as you can. Once you get it off the ground, then bring your hips forward, and we'll be less on your heels. All right, I think that's it. All right, good job.